Welcome, welcome. I'm Roseanne, and I'm so excited to teach tonight's class on Mary Kay's Clinical Solutions. Make sure as soon as you get on that you put your name in the comments. That enters you into the drawings and also gives your consultant credit for you being here. And if you haven't already, if you're watching from Facebook, if you can go to streamyard.com/Facebook, that way I'll be able to see your comments. So I'm going to give a quick outline of how tonight's going to go. I'm going to introduce myself, and then we're going to jump right into our clinical solutions. There's our clinical solutions with retinol and calming milk I'm going to talk about, but also I'm going to talk about our 4 boosters that we have, which are supplements for your skin, and each of them has like a unique property to them, so I'll share what those are about. So then if you are interested, hey Jan, welcome, welcome. If you are interested in purchasing products, if there's something you are interested in, I'm giving away our Clinical Solution Facial Calming Milk. This is amazing as you are introducing your skin to retinol, and it's great to help sensitive skin adjust to it. So that is what I'm giving away today. It's just a tiny little trial sample, but fun for you to try. So, and welcome, Amber. Welcome, Terry. So glad to have you here. Welcome. So if you it will say Facebook user unless you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and then I'll be able to see you, because I am not in the Facebook group right now. So, and it takes more time for me to go back and forth. And I want to keep the class pretty short. We'll wrap up in about 35 minutes. And at the very end, I'm going to do a drawing. So anytime you comment, so make sure if it does say Facebook user, let us know your name, and that way I'll get you entered into that at the very end. I'll give you time for that. So I'll hurry and introduce myself. I'm Roseanne. I've been a part of Mary Kay for 13 and a half years. Prior to Mary Kay, I got my degree in piano pedagogy, and then I was teaching piano in the afternoon. I had just graduated, and I was loving that. I had 40 piano students. But I was really bored in the morning when I wasn't teaching piano. We didn't have kids yet. In fact, we were struggling with infertility. And so I was looking for something part-time to kind of, have a job to supplement on my income, and also just to keep my mind busy. And I got invited to a Mary Kay facial, so I was a referral. And I enjoyed the products, but I couldn't see myself joining because I'm naturally more introverted, didn't know a whole lot about makeup, didn't want to work with women because I thought it'd be way too much drama and gossip. And so it just didn't seem like a fit for me. But as I looked more into the opportunity, I fell in love with the values that this company has. Mary Kay believed that when you put God first, family second, career third, everything works out as long as you keep it in that order. And that attracted me to the business. And I love that there's no sales quotas. I love that I could work as little or as much as I wanted. I was super skeptical about this opportunity because I am not a risk taker. I do not like to get out of my comfort zone. But I was impressed with the ability that you could truly work as little or as much. And if you didn't like it, you could get out of the business pretty easy too. And I'll share a little more about that at the end. But I'm grateful that Mary Kay created this opportunity. Now we've earned 6 career cards. In fact, this month we'll be earning our 7th. We're on target for that. Probably in a week or two, we'll finish wrapping up our 7th career card. And I am just so grateful that this opportunity is for any personality, as long as they have a love for the product and a love for people. I think that's very important. If you have a love for the product and you have a love for people, you can learn anything else. I am living proof of that. So, and we've earned an all expense trip paid to the Bahamas on a Royal Caribbean cruise for me and my husband back in 2019. So that was super, super fun. So I'm grateful for this company. Yay. And Donna's on. Yay. And Terry's. Yep. I love it. Thank you, Terry, for being a guest for Donna. So, okay, as we get started, I'm going to screen share our clinical solutions. And I'm going to take off the banner so you can see it better. So it is the newest dermocosmetic line of skincare and beauty in Mary Kay. So these are products that you would find at like a spa. So just to kind of give you that definition of dermocosmetics, it's products found at the intersection of cosmetic beauty and skin health, similar to products, formulas you'd find in a dermatologist's office or med spa. And a trivia question for you. What is retinol? I know you've probably heard that word before. It is a derivative of vitamin A, and it's considered the gold standard skincare ingredient by dermatologists for both preventing and reversing, and we're going to show some fun pictures here, the visible signs of aging. It's topically applied, and it can improve the skin structure integrity by supporting natural production of collagen and elastin, along with improved cell turnover. I always like to think of it as it waking up those baby skin cells and just reminding them, hey, hello, I know you were alive once, and just kind of waking them up. It's one of the most effective retinoids you can use without a doctor's prescription, and it's always applied at nighttime, which I'm going to go into more detail with that. So we're going to first talk about Mary Kay's Retinol 0.5 and the Calming Milk. This was Mary Kay's dermatologist created a retinization process to introduce your skin so that first-time users of pure retinol were not being overly sensitive with it, and that the skin can get used to it in a really nice way. No other competition and no other skincare company has a retinization process to gradually introduce yourself to the retinol. They recommend to do it over an 8-week process. And I'm going to share a little more about that. But it's always good to remember to take before and after pictures, because then you'll be able to see and compare and show that with others, and make sure you have good lighting when you do so. This is when you purchase the Retinol 0.5 and the Calming Milk. This is the tracking chart that you get with it. So you can track for 8 weeks how to use it. Now, this product is great if you are concerned with wrinkles, if you're concerned with dark spots, uneven complexion, and you are committed to your skincare. It is not just a simple process. I am very committed to my skincare routine, and this took a bit to remember and get used to. So this does not replace a skincare set. So if you are not already using a skincare set, I would recommend starting with that first before you get into supplements like this. A good skincare routine is going to be way more important than using supplements. So you want to make sure that you're in a good routine morning and night with a complete skincare set, and preferably Mary Kay skincare, because our dermatologists have created all of our products with the same ingredients in mind and making sure that they are compatible with one another. When you're using this, you want to first cleanse your face and then wait 5 minutes before you apply the retinol. And even to do that after the 8-week retinization process, giving that skin 5 minutes in between the cleanser and the retinol will help your skin's natural oils to kind of rise to the surface, helping it to not be irritated by the retinol. I usually brush my teeth during that time, brush and floss, and pretty much by then it's been about 5 minutes and you're ready to apply it. Week 1 and 2, you're only going to use this product once a week, and you're going to mix both the retinol and the Calming Milk together, just 1 pump of each. I did do 1 pump of each on my face, but then I also did 1 more pump on my neck. And that way, because I felt like there wasn't, 1 pump wasn't enough to cover my face and my neck. And I wanted to make sure I was also using this on my neck. I did test it in a small area on my neck first before I just put it all over my neck. So the first time I applied it, I was like, let's just test a little small area. Then week 3 and 4, you're using it still once a week, but now you're using them separate. So you're going to apply the Retinol 0.5, just 1 pump, and then you're going to, on top of that, apply the Calm Plus Restore Facial Milk. Week 5 and 6, twice a week, the same as you did in week 3 and 4, separate. And then week 7 and 8, now you can start using it 3 to 5 times per week, separate as well. And when your skin, once I used up my whole bottle of the facial Calming Milk, which this product lasts me about 9 to 10 months, and I was finding I didn't really need the Calming Milk anymore. So you can get it individually. So you can just order the Retinol 0.5 once your skin's used to the retinol and you've done all the retinization process. This is something to be very careful about when you're introducing yourself to retinol. You want to make sure in this 8-week process, so just for the first 8 weeks, avoid using exfoliators like Microderm Facial Pill. We have a natural exfoliating powder or Botanicals Effects Invigorating Scrub, because you just want to make sure you keep your skincare as simple as possible. And then when you are, after that 8 weeks, when you reintroduce your microderm or your facial pill, just don't do them on the same night that you're doing the retinol. It's just way too much. So I have certain days when I do my facial pill, when I use my microderm, and certain nights when I'm using my retinol. So I have a little calendar in my bathroom. You also want to avoid using our Skinvigorate brush to wash your face. I am going to lie though, I will tell you that I did not obey that rule and I found it to be totally fine. So I love that Skinvigorate brush so much because I'm like, if I don't use that, I break out. So I kept using that and I found no issue, and I have very sensitive skin. But so I was a bit of a rebel. You want to avoid using vitamin C, which I dearly love all of our vitamin C products. So it was hard for 8 weeks to say, okay, I can't use these right now. But of course you can apply them once you are using your retinol again, like after the 8 weeks, but just use your vitamin C in the morning. If you are using a Clearproof acne system, it is not recommended to use retinol, like not at all. So it's best to just use just the Clearproof till your skin gets clear, and then you can switch over and just use the retinol. And then the hydrogel eye patches, they also recommend not using that while you are doing the 8-week retinization process. As soon as you're finished with that 8 weeks, you can introduce those again back into your skincare routine. I created this little slide just because it just took me a bit to remember. Wait 5 minutes after washing. Make sure you're wearing sunscreen during the day. I always do that anyway, but some of you might not be in that habit already. Only use 1 pump. You might think, oh, if I use 2 or 3, I'm going to get like so much more benefits. It'll be faster, but it doesn't, and it can actually cause irritation. So only use 1 pump. Avoid the eye area. You don't want to get retinol too close to the eye because the eye will absorb anything that's near it. And so if you accidentally do that, that could not be good for your eyes. Avoid using exfoliators, like I talked about, and vitamin C, just during that first 8 weeks. You can reintroduce them back after. And then set an alarm in your phone because you want to make sure that you are consistent with that 8-week process, just doing it once a week and then twice a week and then 3 to 5 times. So having some type of system. Results can take time, so be patient. That's why it's great to take before and after pictures, maybe once a month, and just kind of compare over the course of a month to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Remember, it took time to get those wrinkles. It might take time to reverse them. And then scale back if there's discomfort. I'm going to show back this slide. Let's say you use week 1, totally fine. Week 2, totally fine. Let's say you jump into week 3 where you're using them separate and there's some discomfort. Scale back to week 2 and do week 2, repeat that again, and then go and try week 3. So if there's ever discomfort, scale back to where it wasn't discomfort. You can also use the facial calming milk throughout the day if you feel like you need extra calming, I guess, effect. I don't know the different word of that, but and then discontinue 1 week before any medical procedures requiring general anesthesia, laser hair removal, chemical pills. So that's something to put in your calendar. If you know you have those appointments coming up, stop using your retinol the week before. Another thing is discontinue 3 days prior to facial waxing. So if you have a facial waxing appointment coming up, make sure 3 days before that you're not using the retinol. Sorry. And then nighttime only, and only stay in certain areas we talked about. Avoid the eye area. Here's some fun before and after pictures. On the left side is, I don't know her personally, but I love her results with more even complexion after, and I don't know if she was used, that was just after the 8 weeks or how many months that took, but I love those. In the middle is my friend Carrie. That was just after the 8-week process, which is very scaled back. That's her before and after on her face and her forehead. And then my friend Pam, that's also after just the 8-week retinization process. So results even get better because, the first 8 weeks, you're using it very little, but you're just getting your skin used to it. So I love the improvement on her neck there. So super fun. Now we're going to get into the boosters. These boosters are fantastic. I have been using 2 of them, came out a year ago, and I've been using a year and a half ago, and I've been using them consistently and love it. So I'm just going to go through those individually. Let me kind of pull up this so that way you can kind of see a little about it. So vitamin C plus resveratrol really helps fine lines and wrinkles. So with these boosters, there are 4 of them. You do not need to use all 4. In fact, Mary Kay's dermatologists recommend picking 2 of the most important for your skin. So as I share these 4, kind of keep in mind what's the best one for you, or maybe the second best one, because they do not recommend using all 4 at once because it's just a lot, for your skin. I've been using this for a year and a half. Absolutely love it. I've seen an improvement on my forehead wrinkles. Also, just like vitamin C just helps my skin feel so young and youthful. It is in a little dropper form. It says 6 to 8 drops on the thing, but I can get away with using just 4 to 5, and that even covers my neck and my face. Vitamin C, think of it like your orange juice. You're just going to mostly be drinking orange juice in the morning, right? That's kind of a morning type drink. So you only use this step in the morning. And you want to use a booster, right? So think of it like a booster that a kid would sit in the car. Before you put the child in, you put the booster in. So the booster is the very, very first thing that goes on your face after you use your cleanser. So you always want to make sure you have a clean face, but then the very, very, very next thing before any serums, any moisturizers is your booster. So vitamin C one is super popular because I know most people struggle as they get older with fine lines and wrinkles. So that one is $38. And I forgot to share the price of the other one because we are going to spin a wheel if you're interested in purchasing anything tonight from your consultant and do a gift with purchase. Sorry, I have a bit of a cough. The Retinol 0.5 plus the Calming Milk comes as a set for $120. Once you have gotten those and maybe your skin's used to it and you don't need the Calming Milk, you can just get the retinol for $78. But I do recommend getting them together as a set until you're used to the retinol process. All of the boosters are $38, so that's pretty easy to remember the price. Each of them $38. This would last me about 2 months using it every single morning, 4 to 5 drops on my face and my neck. I have marked it with nail polish, and I'll share why. Because if you're using 2 boosters, you want to make sure you're always using the vitamin C first. And then the hydrator booster, I've also been using for a year and a half. That really helps to hydrate the skin, which fine lines and wrinkles can be a result of dryness. And so I love, in a way, the hydrator is also another fine line reducer. So I use these 2 every single morning. And at nighttime, I just use the hydrator. The hydrator plays well with all of the boosters. So if you're going to pick 2 boosters, the hydrator can always be that second booster. So you can focus on, if fine lines and wrinkles are your main issue, that's the vitamin C reducer one you want to get. If dark spots, like maybe sun damage or just age spots on your face, the Ferulic plus niacinamide brightener would be a booster I would highly recommend. Again, that one's $38. And Ferulic, I can say that. That shields the skin from external damage. Niacinamide is a form of vitamin B3, which helps brighten the skin. And then there's one other component that makes this really powerful, and it's navy bean extract, which also helps brighten the skin. Mary Kay's dermatologist discovered that. So that is the Ferulic niacinamide brightener. We just call it the brightener booster because those are really long words. So if you're like, I want the brightener booster because maybe you have sun damage or age spots, this is what you want. You can use this twice a day, morning and night, and just like, it says 6 to 8 drops, but I really think 4 to 5 can still get the job done. I feel like 6 to 8 is way too much. So, but everyone's face is different. And so you can see if you are using like this one, like the Ferulic brightener booster and the hydrator, or even if you're just using the line reducer and the hydrator, make sure you give some time in between to let the vitamin C absorb into the skin, to let the brightener booster absorb into your skin, even just like 30 seconds to a minute. And that way And you can, again, like I said, brush your teeth during that time or do something else so that the skin has that time to absorb, and it will get the best results if you allow it to absorb. Then the other one that I have been loving and actually using, I know you're only supposed to use 2 boosters, but I'm being a rebel again, and I am using 3. But this one you only use 2 to 3 times a week. So I've only been using it twice a week. Monday and Friday are usually the days that I use it. It's a resurfacer, so it's kind of like an exfoliator. It has PHA plus AHA, and I wrote down what that talks about because our dermatologist shared with us. PHA works on the surface of the skin, so it's going to be helping right there, giving real results, helping your skin to look more youthful. The AHA, that one works through surface layers of the skin, so it works deeper. And that one is only at night. Like I said, I just use it twice a week. Friday and Monday are usually the days that I do that, and just at night. So I apply that one, and then I do my hydrator booster. So anyway, nail polish on top help you to kind of remember which one goes first, which one goes second. I found that to be super helpful because they all look kind of identical. I mean, they all are slightly different colors, like purple and blue and green and orange, but when I don't have my glasses on, I can't really see that. So, yay. Okay. So now I'm going to just double check we don't have any questions in here. Terry asks, I've recently had a couple of skin cancer spots on my face and have the blue light treatment. Would this line be beneficial? I would definitely talk with if you're seeing a dermatologist for your skin cancer, your doctor, I would definitely talk with them first to see if you can use a product like this. Because I am not familiar with skin cancer and how, like what you can do when it depends on what phase of that, you've been in. So, and welcome Judy and Krista. Yay, Krista, so happy to have you here. Yeah, and Donna, she's noticed a change after 3 weeks. So yeah, it's a slow process, but my turkey neck is a bit better. That's so cool. So yeah, make sure you're using it on your face. Yes, vitamin C is a must. I agree. Yes, yeah, vitamin C is so awesome, so good for you. Catchy names would be easier. Yep. Yeah. So we call it the line reducer, the hydrator. We call it the resurfacer and the dark spot reducer. So those are kind of the little nicknames there. Okay. There's so much to teach on this. And this one kind of just goes, I already kind of shared about the details, but this kind of just shows you even more. And you probably can't even read that because I can hardly read that. Anyway, okay, so we just talked about all of those products. Like I said, it's only recommended to use about 2 of the boosters, and we're going to play a referral game. But before we do that, I'm actually going to spin the wheel, and we're going to find out what the gift with purchase is. So if you're deciding to order something from your consultant tonight, this is what you're going to get in addition to what you're ordering. Ooh, and it's a mini hand lotion. Awesome. We just went on a vacation, and I definitely took my mini hand lotion to have in my car. And that way my hands got dry. I can just put that on. So that is fabulous. I love that. Such a great little gift to keep in your purse, wherever you're going. Okay. So that's going to be the gift with purchase. If you are interested in purchasing from your consultant, you can say it right in the chat, sold, and then maybe you can write down what you're interested in buying. Maybe it's the retinol, or maybe it's the line reducer, or maybe it's the hydrator. Maybe it's the resurfacer, which is kind of like that exfoliation process that you only use 2 to 3 times a week. Or maybe it's the dark spot reducer. So yes, that is. Oh, and Judy has a question. Cool. Yes. Yep. That's good. Yeah. Stick with what they're recommending. but it wouldn't hurt to show them at your next appointment, or you can email them and find out if you're able to like introduce a couple things. Is the retinol worth giving up the other products? I'm trying to like make sure I know your question. Like I shared earlier, make sure you are always using a skincare set. So you have your complete skincare set. Make sure you're wearing SPF during the day. Retinol is great as a supplement to use 2 to 3. Actually, you can do that 3 to 5 times a week. I know Donna was using it every day until I told her maybe it's best to scale back and only use it, 5 times a week at most. Yeah, but I would just kind of think about what's the most important. What results are you looking for, and start with that specific supplement after you make sure that you're, of course, using your skincare set. So, yay. And Jan wants to order the vitamin C booster and the dark spot remover. Yay. And I would love, make sure everyone, if you decide to order, make sure you take before and after pictures, because I think that helps me to be more consistent with using the product. And then when you start to see results, you're just like, yes, and you keep using it. So, okay. So now I'm going to play some music and give you time to think about who you'd love to refer for the facial, for a free facial. So they can live anywhere in the United States. And it is such a fun way to compliment a friend, thinking of like the hardest working woman you know, or the happiest woman you know, or maybe someone who just got married or is having a baby, or maybe someone who's going through a really hard time, a divorce, or something just it could be medical, just to be able to pamper and uplift others. As you're writing these down, you can just write them down on a piece of paper, make sure your handwriting's clear and neat, and text a picture of that to your consultant, the person who invited you here. Because when you refer 12 people to her, you're going to get half off a makeup item of your choice. And that can be a mascara or a lipstick or a lip gloss. And so you don't need to put the names in the chat. You just privately send those to her, or you can just text them to her or email, however is easiest really for you. So that's a fun way to compliment a friend, give them a free treatment, plus get half off a makeup item of your choice. So I'm going to get your names on the wheel, turn on some music, and give you maybe 2 to 3 minutes to think about who you'd like to refer. We do ask that the referrals are over 21, unless married. So let me just pull up some music for you and enjoy.
How it should be, I got it all planned out, but he's got a plan for me. When it's bad weather, sometimes I look at the sky. Today was supposed to be dry, but that's not what I need. Nights so unpredictable, and things might not be going my way, but it's gonna be a good day. No things are going sideways. I got a smile on my face. Nothing's gonna break me down, 'cause I know whatever happens, he knows. He'll never leave me alone. I'll be okay, and it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. He made all the planets, he made all the stars in the sky. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna make it alright. And when the wind's blowing, there might be a reason. It is something I'm learning, something I'll never forget. Life's so unpredictable, and things might not be going my way, but it's gonna be a good day. No things are going sideways. I got a smile on my face. Nothing's gonna break me down, 'cause I know whatever happens, he knows. He'll never leave me alone. I'll be okay, and it's gonna be a good day.
Welcome back. Awesome. Okay, so make sure that you are sending those directly to your consultant. That is such a huge help to her and her business, and we are so grateful for referrals. Plus, then remember, if you sent her 12, let her know what makeup item you want as your gift. So I'm just finishing adding up in the names or putting them on the wheel. There's so many comments, but I want to make sure I have every single person who is watching who is a guest. So consultants, unfortunately, don't get entered into this drawing. But I have Jan, Simon, Amber Williams, Terry Lewis, Dawn Carrera, I think that's how she says her name, Dawn, Judy Brown, and Krista Foss. So if I did not just say your name, please make sure you put your name in the comments, or consultants, let me know if someone has let you know that they're watching. Maybe it's not letting them comment or something, but yes, please make sure that you are allowing Facebook to see your comments. And that way I'm just making sure everyone gets entered. Okay. So as we wrap up, we just have like 2 more minutes. Oh my gosh, time flies. Okay, there is a question here that I want to make sure I've answered. On Rachel's here. Yes, Rachel. So glad I saw your comment. Okay, so if it's worth not using the microdermabrasion and those products to use the retinol. I think this is Lindsay asking, yes. So just during the 8 weeks, you just stop using your microderm. It was really hard for me, but then you can totally bring it back after the 8 weeks. That just makes sure that your skin doesn't have any irritation and keeps it very simple while you're introducing to the retinol. So I definitely use my microderm, every single Sunday. I use my facial pill every Wednesday, but retinol, can be on Monday and Friday, so just make sure you have a routine where they're not on the same nights, or even a Tuesday and a Saturday or something. Because yes, you should totally use your microderm. Just wait for the first 8 weeks while you're getting your skin used to it. Oh yeah, Krista. Yes, I can see you now. And I saw your comments earlier, but it wasn't showing your picture. So glad I can see your picture. Okay. So as we wrap up, let me know if you have any other questions about products. I got every single person on the spinning wheel that at least has let me know that they're watching. And I'm going to just show really quickly the sets and deals that we have going on. Your consultant will text this to you after as well. So make sure you let her know that you're watching this. But the Give Your Face a Lift is the clinical solutions there. That's $120 with the retinol and the calming milk. Like I said, that lasts me 9 to 10 months using it as recommended. And then also the boosters are $38 each. They last 2 months. If you're using, like the vitamin C lasts me 2 months. The ones where you're using morning and night, like the hydrator and the dark spot reducer, those are going to be about a month and a half. Just make sure you're just using exactly what you need. 4 to 5 drops, like I said, is perfect for me. So you don't need to use 6 to 8. That's just going to make the product run out way faster. So just use what you need and not necessarily what it says on the bottle. And then those, like I said, those are 38. And then the resurfacer, I'm only using that twice a week. I haven't even used my whole first bottle, and I started using that at the end of January. So that's lasted me a good 5 months or 6. It's probably going to last me 6 or 7. So some of them will last longer. And then our best kept secrets are starter kit. And this is the last slide I have, but I just want to share, if someone was interested in starting a Mary Kay business, it's only $30 right now, such a low cost startup. And as far as we know, this is ending June 30th. So Mary Kay has this promotion going through June 30th. They might extend it, which would be beautiful. But if you're interested in, if that thought's ever come to your mind, I would definitely recommend this month, where for sure you can get it at such a great cost. Or you can join for $130, which gives you all the benefits of the eStart plus $400 of full-size product. A sample pack add-on is optional. And I do like to share, if someone was interested in joining, they pick their kit. So you can join for $30 or $130. The second thing is when we do order products from Mary Kay, our minimum order is $225. So we hand select $4.50 retail, and then we only pay half of that. And the last thing is you only have to order once a year to remain a consultant. And the thing that gave me confidence to even giving this business a try, because like I shared at the beginning, I was very skeptical, is there's a 90% buyback guarantee that you have an entire year to give it a try. And if you find, it's not for me, you can send back any unused products to Mary Kay. They will purchase it at 90%. You can't be a consultant anymore if you do that. But it is amazing to know that if you give it a try and it's just not for you, the only way to know if you like something is to try it. But if you find you don't like it, then you can send back any unused products and get 90% of your money back. So that was super comforting to me. And like I said, you only have to order once a year. Just keep in mind our minimum order whenever you are ordering is $225. But that's great if someone's just wanting to join for their own discount. Just once a year is, they just think of everything they need. And if you're already going to order about $450 a year with your consultant anyway, it might be worth looking into joining and getting that discount and possibly even earning extra income. And we are here every step of the way. Okay, so if I did not get to your question, there was a lot of comments there and I probably missed a question or two. Please reach out to your consultant, and consultants, if you don't know the answer to it, please text me or call me and let me know, because then I can make sure I can answer that. So, okay, we are going to pull up our spinning wheel again. And sorry we went about a couple minutes over. Normally I am really good on this class, but there is a lot of products and a lot of information on these. And let's spin our wheel and find out who our winner is. They are winning the Calming Milk. And it looks like Amber. Oh, like right on the line. So Amber, I will be sending you the Calm Plus Restore facial milk. So this is perfect, goes well with the retinol, or really you can just use it throughout the day, or just really anytime your face needs some extra care. And yay. And she says, woohoo. Amber, you are on here each week and you deserve that, girl. So you were so loyal. Appreciate you so much. So your consultant will be following up with you. So make sure that you send her a text, let her know if, obviously if she saw you on here, then she knows, and we'll be following up with you. And if she's not on here, make sure, because, faith, family, career, she might have another conflict with her, with her faith, with her family. And so make sure that you let her know that you were on here, because she gets credit, even if she was not able to be on here, because we understand there's other priorities. So thank you so much for being on. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Amber. Love you guys dearly. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you. Bye.